Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from the Daily Beast. Now, this was published on August 7th. It's written by Michael Daly, who is got to be a lefty soy boy bitch with this one. I mean, he's shocked that bikers defy authority and go to Sturgis. I mean, come on now. You have to be a complete and total moron to think that bikers are going to bow down and cuck to the fear porn that you idiots push to keep this going until November. You think they're going to bow down to this and stay locked up until we have a vaccine. You people are morons to think that. Screw human malware. 250,000 bikers defy common sense for 9 days at Sturgis rally. Oh, really? Common sense? You mean like it's common sense to wear a mask, but there are all these studies that say that it really doesn't do shit, but then you keep trying to get that stuff, like the people on the left keep trying to get that removed, like the one from the University of Minnesota Center for Infectious Disease Research, CIDRAP, where two experts went through all the data and said, yeah, they really don't do shit. And they literally had demands to like censor it and remove it from the internet because it goes against the narrative that's supposedly common sense when it shows that it actually doesn't work. So how is that common sense? You people are idiots. Oh my God. Your narrative is falling apart now. This is going to show that, and you're going to hate it. That's why you're like, oh my God, how dare they? As the human malware rages around the nation, 250,000 motorcyclists are descending on Sturgis, South Dakota, where money seems to have trumped sense. You notice he chose specifically trumped sense, because this is all evil, bad orange man's fault. And this idea of where money seems to have trumped sense. No, it's about the fact of personal freedom and personal choice. This isn't about money, okay? Because you know what? Even if they didn't hold it, if it wasn't officially run, okay, Sturgis, bikers would have still made the trek. Regardless, they would have hopped on on their bikes, whether they were crotch rockets, Harleys, whatever the case may be, and they would go to Sturgis. And they would just show the fuck up. They don't care. But you don't seem to get that. These people on the left are idiots. They don't understand. This is about freedom. This is about, you're trying to tell a group of people that ride motorcycles, okay? And part of that is this defiance to authority. And you think that they're going to listen to your authority. People have gone past the point of like Cartman with authority, all right? And turn into like deranged spurgs. This is the first time in world history that the healthy have been quarantined. Which makes absolutely no sense. But anyway. Friday is the official start of the 80th annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, where 250,000 people are expected to gather in South Dakota, in the South Dakota town of that name, for 9 days of defying proven precautions against the spread of human malware. Proven precautions? No, they're not proven, because you know what? Our numbers you keep bitching about how our numbers are supposedly abysmal. And we've been locked down for how long? 3 months or some shit like that now? And Sweden didn't lock shit down, and their numbers are really no different than ours. And that's with us doing more, that's with us, saying we need to do this until a vaccine is created. Oh my God. So if Sweden didn't do these proven precautions, and their numbers are not real different than ours, how are they proven precautions? I'll be waiting for an answer on that one. Oh, what the hell is your name again? Michael Daly, you soy boy. Nobody is social distancing, and none of them are wearing masks. Local psychologist Michael Fellner told the Daily Beast, none. Then don't go there. Really simple. If it bothers you so much then don't go to the motorcycle rally. Oh, wait. I'm sure you wouldn't be the type of person to go in the first place. So quit your virtue signaling, shut up, and mind your own damn business. Fellner is originally from Brooklyn, New York. Oh, well, that makes sense. Which was once the nation's human malware epicenter, but just reported 3 straight days without a single death from the virus. Well, I wonder why. Could it be the fact that, I don't know, Cuomo can't send infected people into the nursing homes where people above the average age of life expectancy are living that are very susceptible to it, hoping to inflate his numbers? Could that be why there's no more deaths in New York City? Could be, because when he was caught with that, I didn't do nothing. It was evil Trump who told his CDC told me I had to put them in there. No, they didn't, you lying sack of crap. But yet, no one calls him out on that. He literally chose to infect the elderly, like Whitmer in Michigan, to inflate the numbers, to make things look worse, okay? And a lot of people died. That's murder. Both of them should be up on federal charges right now for murder. Okay, but because, the jig was up and people were on to him, that's why your deaths have dropped, because he's no longer putting the infected in with the elderly. Well, his brother's sucking him off on fucking prime time. That's why. But see, let's just ignore that fact. The transformation is almost certainly the result of the same precautions the bikers in Sturgis are ignoring. Bullshit! Because people in New York aren't following the friggin' rules. This is what's funny, okay? New York City, they've got people taking to the streets, looting and rioting and acting like fucking retards. They haven't had one death, but they're ignoring that, and they're going, well, those proven precautions. No one is using those precautions in these supposed protests. So what does that tell you? You can't have your cake and eat it too. All right, you got the protests going on, which no masks. They're all gathered close together, and you're saying, well, I ain't doing shit, but now you're going to be like, well, a bunch of bikers getting together. Oh, no, that's going to cause a spread. You hypocrites. Double standard having shitbricks. It's not going to fly. These bikers are going to laugh at you, okay? You go and tell these bikers to put a mask on. You go tell these bikers to get the hell out of Sturgis, all right? I want to see that happen. If you don't end up dead in a fucking dumpster, it'll be a miracle. Because you know what? A lot of people who go there are like the 1%ers. And if you tried to tell a 1%er to get the fuck out of Sturgis, they would shank your ass and dump you in a dumpster. And they wouldn't think twice about it. You morons. Go tell these bikers that they shouldn't be what they're doing, because bikers are very freedom-loving people. So watch what happens. Normal person will tell you to, and the normal bikers that are there will tell you to go fuck yourself. The 1%ers, you'll see what happens. Go for it. If you're lucky, they'll just kick the shit out of you. But odds are, with how you people are retarded, yeah, you're going to say something, get shanked, and end up in a dumpster. Oh, my God. The Sturgis Rally's own official website has a Wu Flu tracker, a human malware tracker tab that links to the South Dakota Health Department site, where offerings include a risk assessment for public health gatherings. Okay, I notice you have to throw that in to try to condemn this. But there's like no real cases in South Dakota. But hey, whatever. There wasn't a spike, with the fact of, like, say, when we're talking Dakotas and we're talking in the middle of nowhere, where people showing up for the 4th of July at Mount Rushmore, no spike. But let's ignore that fact. When you said, oh, no, it's going to cause all these people to get it. It's going to cause deaths. Grandma's going to die. Well, Grandma ain't dead. You people are morons. I love how short their attention span is, because especially with something that shows how full of shit they are. Highest risk. Large, in-person gatherings where it is difficult for individuals to remain spaced at least 6 feet apart and attendees travel from multiple areas. It advises. Oh my God. Heaven forbid. As the rally's Facebook page attests, the bikers come from across the country. Leaving from New Hampshire today. See you soon. Posted Howard Saborn of New Hampshire. Oh, look at this. Gotta love that one. You know now, because this is the Daily Beast. The reason why he printed that like that with the full context of who it was and everything else, from Facebook, is so that the leftists will go and start harassing him. It's cancel culture. That was the intent of this. Yeah, well, I hate to break it to you. Someone who's a biker, someone from New Hampshire, the live free or die state, is going to laugh at your fucking retards that just sent after him. He's going to laugh at them. He's not going to be canceled by them. He's going to be like, you idiots. He'll probably banter with them and have them go full spurg. I'm betting that might be the case because he's just going to laugh at them. But you did this pseudo doxing to get him canceled, to have the leftists freak out on him. You're pieces of shit at the Daily Beast. You too, Michael, if that's your name, if I'm memory serves. I'm not going to scroll back up. Coming for the first time on Saturday from Virginia, Vicky Farmer announced. So another person you want to have them fucking harass, you scumbag. On our way now. Stopped in Missouri to sleep, but be there tonight. Jesse Robinson of Georgia posted. Be there Friday from San Angelo, Texas, David Buckner said. Be on my way. I ain't scared of the media flu, or as we call it around here, election flu. See you soon. SD, JF Watson, Ohio said. Ha 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 ha. That's another thing they don't like. These people are like, they're clued in. That's why they're like, well, these bikers, they might spread if people see that the bikers went to Sturgis and grandma didn't die of human malware. Oh, no. Oh my God, you people are desperate. You really want this shut down. Just call it a big protest and it'll be A-okay. Jay Toothman of Ohio suggested. He's right. If they called it a Black Lives Matter protest, all right, all you people would say Sturgis would be fine. You'd be like, oh, there's nothing to see there. Oh, it's not going to cause the spread. You'd be like, oh, no. Oh, they're all wearing masks. Well, no one is. You'd be doing that shit like you're doing right now with Black Lives Matter and the Antifa scumbags. Come on now. The only reason why Antifa's wearing masks because they're criminal shitbricks. It's not because they're worried about their health. Anyway, Rod Florquist of Wyoming was among the thousands who had arrived early. You really have to look to see someone wearing a mask, he reported, as though this was a good thing. Actually, it kind of is, because Sweden, you didn't have that shit going on. People, it was like the flu. They didn't let grandma get exposed to it, unlike, say Whitmer and Cuomo. They didn't put the infected in the nursing homes with the elderly. Yeah. So I don't have a problem with that, because Sweden, they're doing fine now, and they didn't wear masks and shit. They didn't shut shit down. What does that tell you? When their numbers are comparable to the U.S. per 100,000. Speaks volumes, doesn't it? Oh, my God. And having come from seemingly everywhere with whatever virus they might happen to carry. Oh, my God. Yes, they might have herpes, too. There's going to be a lot of sex going on. We get it. They will all mingle and return home with any virus they happen to pick up. So, yes, there's going to be some fucking going on, and people are going to have herpes. Or some other sexually transmitted virus. We get it. But you're hoping that it'll be like the Wu flu, You're like saying, oh, well, they're dirty bikers. They're just infected with viruses and germs, and they're just going to spread it everywhere. You do understand that there are a lot of 1%ers there. All right. Because Sturgis and like Bike Week here in New Hampshire, the clubs come together. It's considered neutral territory, and different chapters meet up. But you also have the rubbers, the rich urban bikers. They make up a large number these days. The upwardly mobile types that can go and afford like a $40,000 fucking Harley. Those types. They show up there. So they're not all disease-infested bikers. Sorry. Oh. Some will have purchased one of the souvenir t-shirts that retired school counselor Linda Chaplin of Sturgis saw a street vendor selling. The front reads, "Screw COVID-19. I came to Sturgis." Oh no! A lefty school counselor got triggered by screw. Oh wow, I'm probably going to get this video censored by saying that, but because it says "screw human malware. I came to Sturgis." Oh no! Oh God, did she get the vapors from seeing that and like almost faint? Because of like how bad it upset her? That is far from what the 70-year-old Chaplin imagined when she initially learned of the pandemic. Well, first off, she's 70 years old. If she's really concerned about it, then she should be at home, not out on the street, going, "Oh, the horror." Would make sense if she was truly concerned. One of my first thoughts was, "Oh, we won't have the rally this year," she told the Daily Beast, because I'm sure she doesn't like the fact that the rally's held there every year. I'm guessing this is a woman who hates the fact that the rally's held there, who would wish it would just go away. So, of course, she's probably got her fingers crossed. She's going, "Please, no rally. Please, no rally. Please let the human malware make it so that there's no rally. I don't want those nasty, filthy bikers in my town." I'm sure that's what she's been doing year after, that she hated it year after year, and that's what she did with this one. And now she's upset that they still are holding it, and she didn't get her way. She allows that she is not a rally person. Oh, clearly. Having in the past hopped on a bicycle to negotiate the annual gridlock of Harleys. But she understands the economic importance of the event to the town, having in the past years picked up some extra money sewing patches on jackets. She nonetheless did not expect her town to prize livelihoods over lives. It's not about prizing livelihoods over lives. There is a large component about freedom. You are talking about bikers. This is not about money to the bikers. This is about freedom. This is about being told they can't do something and saying, "Fuck you." Because the last thing you want to do is tell someone like a biker they can't do something. Even the rubbers. So yeah, deal with it. If you had told them, like I already said, if you had told them, "We're not doing it," they would still show up. You know it and I know it. Just deal with that fact. "I was rather aghast that our little town was still planning to go ahead with the rally," she said. Oh no, the horror. Keep virtue signaling, Chaplin. Chaplin was among the citizens who addressed Mayor Mark Cartenson and the city council on a June 10 hearing about the rally. Chaplin was not speaking to strangers. She used to change the mayor's diapers when he was a toddler and childhood friend of her daughter. See, now this is what's funny. Michael didn't need to throw this in, but he chose to throw it in. It's about a power dynamic. All right. This is about trying to humiliate the mayor. This is about the fact of she should be able to control him because she's the elder. She's the one who changed his diapers. He should do what she says. That's the dynamic to that. You know they're desperate when you have a hack like this pulling something like this. You're pathetic, dude. You seriously are pathetic for pulling this one. Well, she changed his diapers. Yeah, and I'm sure we could find some guy that said he kicked your ass every day before and after school. What's your point? Oh, wait, you don't have one except to try to use that to create a perception. Oh, scumbag. This guy's a scumbag. Well, he works for the Daily Beast. Shouldn't expect anything less. It is my deepest conviction that this is a huge, foolish mistake to host the rally this year. Chaplin said at the hearing, "The government of Sturgis needs to care for most of its citizens." Now, what's funny is they had the meeting. Most of the people there were clearly for it. You had a minority saying nay. Clearly, at this point, you have to take that assumption as a fact, because they had this meeting. If people were outraged, they and didn't want it, they would have stormed the town hall, or however you want to look at it, or called or wrote or whatever. They would have put up a fuss, but they didn't. She did, though. And what's funny is the Daily Beast wants you to ignore that. Is going to do something here a little bit later on, as you'll see, to try to make it look like the town's against it. But clearly, there wasn't this mass outrage, which would happen if it was. Oh. She offered a solution to the rally problem. Have a bigger one next year. No. See, the majority of people wanted it because there wasn't the outrage. There was just virtue signaling people like you. Oh, my God. Other speakers include ICU nurse Linda Genovi, who said the regional medical facilities are not equipped to handle an outbreak. Really, they're not? So they didn't get respirators, PPE, and all this other stuff just in case that they haven't used, that's just been sitting there. They haven't shut down. They haven't had to have nurses get let go because they prioritized, put laid off and doctors laid off because nothing was going on, and they prioritized the whole human malware thing over normal care. You didn't have nurses sitting there on their asses doing jack shit like a lot of nurses have been doing, not only around the country but around the world, and then get bored because they're on their fat asses doing absolutely nothing and decide to make TikTok videos. Are you telling me that didn't happen? Okay, sure. Yeah. The first responders, doctors, nurses, and that, okay. Generally, first responders, I'm cool with. I got no problems with them. But the doctors and nurses, the doctors aren't really doing it, but the nurses are. They're pushing the bullshit. When the doctors they work with are giving a contradictory thing about the situation, you have them being stupid enough to post videos of themselves on TikTok and other social media, doing dances and shit like that, passing the time, when they should be supposedly, up to their eyeballs in human malware, phlegm and stuff like that. So right now, I don't care what you have to say. You're an ICU nurse. You don't even care about you don't even deal with that stuff. Anyways, this is another thing. She's an intensive care nurse. She's not dealing with human malware. She's dealing with car accidents and the like. She's nowhere near the empty wards in her hospital. She's nowhere near the storerooms of the PPE and everything else to deal with it. Yet, she's talking like she's some fucking expert. We have freedom, but we also have responsibility, she said. No, we don't have freedom right now. That's the thing. That's why this is going on. And you're upset that bikers are telling you to piss off. They're telling people like Chaplin to piss off. They're telling the left to piss off. You're saying, oh, well, you can't do this. And they're going, watch me. And you don't like it. Deal with it. But we also have responsibility, she said. You are not going to make everybody happy. Your responsibility is to keep the public safe and as safe as you can. Okay. And has South Dakota had any real human malware cases? No. Has that been the case since a month ago? When everyone, went to Mount Rushmore, went to the Dakotas, went to Mount Rushmore? Same thing, I haven't seen a spike. Have you? Because I sure as shit haven't. But hey, whatever. Because I remember saying, all these people are going to get sick and die if they go to Mount Rushmore. That's what they said. Didn't happen. So I think we're okay with Sturgis. Then came Lynn Burke, a nurse at the local VA facility. What's the price of human life, she asked. I hear a lot of people saying we're going to lose money. What about the lives we're going to lose? You didn't lose. A bunch of people ain't dying because of the 4th of July. A bunch of people ain't dying because you got people, supposedly protesting when they're looting, rioting, trying to burn shit down, trying to break into federal buildings to destroy them. Hey, let's just, we got to tell the bikers they can't come to Sturgis. I'm sure she's not someone who goes there, during bike week, into the town. Oh, this is ridiculous. But several local business people spoke of how dependent they are on the revenue generated by the rally. And there were also folks such as lifelong Sturgis residents resident named Bob Davis. Freedom, God, and Donald Trump, he said. Oh, and that must have really burned your ass. The city council had never considered whether or not to approve the rally because there had never been a question. There had only been the formality of approving the necessary road closures. The council did so again on June 15, even though a survey showed that 60% of Sturgis residents favored canceling this year's rally. I find that to be complete and total horseshit, because if it was 60% of the residents that actually wanted this canceled, I want to know the methodology of this, because like I just mentioned earlier, this is what I was talking about. You ignore the fact that there wasn't this mass outcry of residents, but then you go, well, you know, you try to be like nothing to see here. Then you go, but there's a survey that says 60% of residents. Okay, well, what's the methodology of it? How many people were surveyed? Were they all actually from Sturgis? What was their political affiliation? Because I'm guessing at least 60% of those people would probably vote for Joe senile, creepy fucker Biden. I'm betting they would. Or close to it. Sturgis officials sought to calm rally opponents by saying the city was seeking to reduce the turnout by curtailing the usual advertising. The official Sturgis website, nonetheless, listed various exciting events for anyone tempted to attend. There was this, and what's funny is so they didn't advertise, but they list what they're going to have for events there, and that's somehow a bad thing. Oh my God. And you clearly have a minority of the population wanting it shut down. Because if there was a majority, they would have stormed, the walls, so to speak, of the town hall, went over them, and demanded it be shut down. So, hey, whatever. Anyway, join us August 10th, 2020 for the 18th Annual Mayor's Ride. The City of Sturgis is excited to be hosting the 18th Annual Sturgis Mayor's Ride during the 80th Annual City of Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. This ride has been a special part of the City of Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, not only for the amazing beauty of the Black Hills, but that it brings people together from all over the world. Well, in most cases it does, just not this year. Oh no. They listed an event. The horror. Oh, excuse me. Were they advertising it all over the place? No, which is what they said they weren't going to, which is what they said they were going to do, not advertise it. Oh my God. The ultimate justification offered by the mayor and other city officials was that the hordes of bikers were going to come anyway. Well, no shit. I've been saying that since the beginning. All right. I'll be honest, I read right before this paragraph, okay, I went, yep, I'm definitely doing this article. And because I normally like to go through them cold, or as cold as I can. And the same thing I said from the beginning. Sure enough, they're going to show up anyway. They noted that Rod Woodruff, owner of the Buffalo Chip campground and concert venue, had announced his intention to be open for the 39th consecutive rally. The campground's Facebook page had this posting with a message from a Hollywood actor. Now, this is what's funny, all right? They're going to go after him for this, I'm sure, because he's going to be open up regardless. I mean, he's not stupid. He knows they're going to show up regardless. Sturgis is a party. It's not necessarily like the city. The town, going into the town. I mean, you go to the campgrounds. It's one big party. Bikers would show up regardless. And I love this one. From a Hollywood actor. Hey there, Tom Berenger here. Have you heard? Well, my friend Rod Woodruff at the Buffalo Chip let me know that Sturgis 2020, the 80th anniversary, is on. I don't know about you, but I'm packing her up here. I hope to see you there. God bless America. God bless the Buffalo Chip. So Berenger is a rubber. And it looks like he's a conservative in Hollywood, which could explain why his career has been resorted to making sequel after sequel to the Sniper movies direct to video. Interesting to know. And heaven forbid that Tom Berenger say something like that. You people are ridiculous. The Buffalo Chip is the area's biggest biker mecca. It is also just outside the city limits and an incorporated town unto itself. Sturgis could do nothing to regulate it. That's what you hate. Oh, you don't like that people are defying the shit that you want, that are telling you no, that are telling you to get bent. They're telling you to go fuck yourself. Oh, you poor baby. You don't like that bikers aren't going to put up with you trying to dictate to them. Like I said, you're lucky you didn't go there to cover this shit. Well, if someone went and said that, but in your case, you're lucky you didn't go there to cover this shit because you would have definitely ended up shanked and in a dumpster. Oh, God, you are an idiot, dude. You really think that this is going to work to shame bikers? Yeah, Soy Boy's telling the guy who owns the Buffalo Chip to shut it down. That'll go over real well. We're just celebrating good old American freedom, Woodruff told the Daily Beast on Wednesday. He said he had unfolded the world's largest American flag on July 3rd so Trump could see it while flying over on the way to the event at nearby Mount Rushmore. Yes, again, you said everyone was going to die and that grandma was going to die and that, kids were going to die and that middle-aged people were going to die because of going there for the 4th of July fireworks display. I'm still waiting for that to happen. Well, people like you, Michael. Even though the rally did not officially begin until Friday, bikes had started to arrive midweek. What a release to hear the sound of Harley-Davidson engines in the campground again, Woodruff said. Just marvelous. He figured the turnout would at least equal, maybe exceed last year's. He has had several bands cancel on him in recent weeks as a result of the human malware concerns, but others had signed on. And he had additional events such as the Lingerie Fighting Championship. Woohoo! Damn! Now I wish I was at Sturgis just for that. Unless they're scary, nasty biker chicks, the ones that have got a lot of mileage on them, then it might not be worth, the show. Anyway, the producer of the all-woman lingerie event, Sean Donnelly, assured the Daily Beast that the participants had been offered a chance to opt out of the rally. He added they would be staying at a hotel 30 miles away in Rapid City, and we bussed in 2 hours before the bouts. Returning directly to the hotel afterwards, they would have custom-designed masks. Are they going to be see-through like the lingerie? Not a bad look, Donnelly said. Of course, they won't be fighting in them. Few of the 250,000 people expected to attend the rally will likely be doing anything in masks. A shopkeeper friend of Chaplin's made an attempt at humor on Facebook. Welcome, rally-goers. We're dying to serve you, the shopkeeper posted. Not funny, Chaplin replied. Oh, no. Chaplin got triggered. Oh, no, because the shopkeeper was being edgy. Poor baby. Chaplin and her husband usually leave town during the rally and decided to depart 2 days early this year. Oh, so she's got no problem with her leaving town during this. But she doesn't want people, she wants them to leave her town and she wants them to not be able to travel and she wants them to just stay where they are. You've got to love the double standards. She will return to a county where there have been only 82 Wu flu cases, but human malware cases, but there's no telling what the rally will leave behind besides piles of garbage, which the city estimates the number of attendees. She has a son and daughter who teach in the Sturgis schools and grandchildren who attend them. Oh, no. If she was so worried, she would have stayed locked up in her home instead of leaving. This is about virtue signaling. This is about the fact that she doesn't like the bikers in her town. Get over yourself. To add to her worries, Governor Kristi Noem has declared that all South Dakota families should send their kids back to school without masks. Yes, because the kids are not the ones that are really susceptible. And the good thing would be to let them get exposed to it, build an immunity, and solve the problem. Oh, wait, but no, the left wants the idea of we'll give you the jab instead. We believe that when it comes to children, masks have the potential to do more harm than good, Noem wrote in a fundraising email, because they do. They limit oxygen flow. You get young kids, they're developing. Yeah, let's starve their brains of oxygen. 8 hours a day, real smart. 6 hours a day, sorry. During an appearance on the Ingram Angle on Fox News, Noem voiced support for the rally. We know we could have these events, get people information, let them protect their health, but still enjoy their way of life and enjoy events like the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, she said. Yeah. This is the first time in human history that shit's been shut down. We've quarantined the healthy, businesses like amusement parks and all that haven't been open because during the Spanish flu they were open. Coney Island was open. You could go ride the Cyclone during the flu. Idiots. Oh, my God. Michael Fellner and his wife Carol will wait out the rally and self-quarantine on their 8 acres just outside of town. Oh my God. That sounds like they're going to be roughing it so bad on their 8-acre property. Oh, no. I think this year we're on the road to making a super spreading event, she said. Really? Well, that didn't happen with the fireworks. That hasn't been happening with all these supposed protesters. So keep believing that. Not just for your state, not just for your region, but for the country. That's my statement, because you're a deranged, retarded spurg. Michael said of the rally, the sad thing is, you find common sense is not as common as people believe. Says the idiot who is buying into the bullshit of, hey, you can't go and protest the lockdown, but all these people can protest what's now a proven lie. All right. You're from the school of that. You're from the school of where we're going to tell a bunch of bikers that they can't do something because I say so, because I don't want it. That'll go over real well. You're the ones, I'm sure, that are probably sitting in your home wearing your masks, even though the University of Minnesota CIDRAP, Center for Disease Research, blah, 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 put out an article from 2 experts saying masks really don't do shit. You probably wear one in the shower like a moron. He suggested what deprives Sturgis of that sense. Just because someone doesn't agree with you, you dumb bastard, doesn't mean that they don't have common sense. It could mean that you don't. Think about it. I hate to put it that way, but it's the smell of money. No, the bikers are going to show up anyways. You have a lot of people who want to be returning to normal lives. The Buffalo Chip, the guy is a biker at heart. Go watch. I've seen, TV shows that have had like the Buffalo Chip. The guy is not one of those conformist types. He's like a biker. Deal with it. Michael noted that one of his daughters and her husband are Broadway actors. Well, that explains a lot. The daughter had already taken a break to concentrate on being a mom. The son-in-law lost a starring role on when Broadway shut down. I don't mean to laugh, but I do, because I just find it funny. You get this guy living in Sturgis or outside the town, who's clearly a fucking transplant, trying to tell townies what the hell's going on in their town. You don't like it, dude? Move back to New York. Because I'm guessing that's where you're from. He's now selling insurance, Michael said. Well, good. He's providing for your daughter. You should be proud of him for that. The consolation is that the virus has been brought under control in New York, as it likely could be everywhere if everyone followed the city's example. Of what? Not putting the infected people in nursing homes with people above the average age for life expectancy? Oh yeah, that will cut down your death numbers dramatically if you stop doing that. Idiot. Oh, God. But human malware can just easily spike anywhere. That example is ignored. And the virus might be spreading across the country on motorcycles by the end of next week. This is going to be just the start of it, Linda Chaplin said. Oh, no. The horror. The horror. Oh, God, no. Wah. I mean, these people are idiots. We're at a point where we now know, hey, not worse than the seasonal flu. And this is the shit that we got to deal with. It's idiots and assholes who think they know what they're talking about, who've bought into the fear porn of the Daily Beast and the legacy media and everyone else. It's ridiculous. Anyway, this has gone on long enough. I've covered this well enough. I'm going to leave things here.
If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.